In this video, we will learn about the memorial sacrifice of Hazrat Ibrahim and Hazrat Ismail in detail. Prophet Ibrahim, known as Abraham in the Judeo-Christian tradition, is a pivotal figure in Islam. Prophet Ibrahim is one of the greatest prophets in Islam. He is recognized as a prophet and a patriarch. According to Islamic tradition, Allah chose Ibrahim to be a prophet and to spread the message of monotheism, the belief in one God. He is highly regarded for his unwavering faith in Allah and his willingness to submit to God's commands. In Islamic tradition, he is referred to as Khalilullah, which means the friend of Allah. The story of Prophet Ibrahim and the associated practices during Eid al-Adha serve as powerful reminders of the core values of Islam: faith, obedience, sacrifice, and charity. This festival reinforces the importance of these principles in the lives of Muslims and their relationship with Allah and the broader community. In Islam, the story of Hazrat Ibrahim's sacrifice is one of the most significant and revered narratives. This story is commemorated every year during the festival of Eid al-Adha. The story of Ibrahim's dream is primarily recorded in the Quran and further elaborated in Hadith and Islamic exegesis. The story of the sacrifice begins with a profound dream that Ibrahim had. In his dream, Allah commanded him to sacrifice his beloved son, Ishmael. According to Islamic tradition, Prophet Ibrahim had a dream in which he saw himself sacrificing his son. Dreams of prophets are considered a form of revelation, so Ibrahim understood this dream to be a direct command from God. The son referred to in the dream is traditionally considered to be Ishmael in Islamic tradition, whereas Judeo-Christian traditions generally refer to Isaac. This dream was a test of Ibrahim's faith, devotion, and obedience to Allah. The Quran mentions this event in Surah as-Safat. When the boy reached the age to work with him, he said, "O my son, I have seen in a dream that I sacrificing you. See what you think." He said, "O my father, do as you are commanded. You will find me, if Allah wills, of the steadfast." The command was a test of Ibrahim's faith and submission to Allah's will. Despite the natural paternal affection and the gravity of the command, Prophet Ibrahim was determined to fulfill God's command. Hazrat Ibrahim shared his dream with his son, Ishmael. Despite the gravity of the command, both father and son displayed remarkable submission and willingness to obey Allah's will. Ishmael's response to his father's revelation is seen as a testament to his own faith and righteousness. Demonstrating profound faith and obedience, Ishmael encouraged his father to comply with Allah's command, saying, "O my father, do as you are commanded. If Allah will, you will find me among those who persevere." Prophet Ibrahim and Ishmael traveled to the designated place for the sacrifice, which is traditionally identified near Mecca. On their way, Shaitan attempted to dissuade them from fulfilling the command. Hazrat Ibrahim and Ismail, steadfast in their faith, repelled Shaitan by throwing stones at him. This act is commemorated during the Hajj pilgrimage. Upon reaching the place of sacrifice, Prophet Ibrahim laid Ishmael down and prepared to fulfill the command. Hazrat Ishmael told his father to tie his hands and legs and blindfold himself so he would not struggle and make his father even more upset than he was going to be. Hazrat Ibrahim blindfolded himself to avoid the emotional distraction and raised the knife. As Ibrahim was about to carry out the sacrifice, Allah intervened. A voice from the heavens called out to Ibrahim, affirming that his willingness to comply had proven his devotion. "O Ibrahim, you have fulfilled the vision then." Allah sent the angel Gabriel to stop Ibrahim and provided a ram as a substitute for the sacrifice. This moment is recorded in the Quran in Surah as-Safat. This act of divine intervention symbolized the acceptance of Ibrahim's devotion and the sparing of his son. And when they had both submitted and he put him down upon his forehead, we called to him, "O Abraham, you have fulfilled the vision. Indeed, We thus reward the doers of good. Indeed, this was the clear trial. And we ransomed him with a great sacrifice. Allah's provision of the ram symbolized his mercy and the acceptance of Ibrahim's unwavering faith and submission. The ram was sacrificed in place of Ismail, and this act became a symbol of ultimate devotion and obedience to Allah. The story of Prophet Ibrahim's sacrifice holds profound significance in Islam. It is commemorated annually during Eid al-Adha, the festival of sacrifice. Muslims around the world perform the ritual of Qurbani, sacrifice, to honor Ibrahim's willingness to sacrifice his son. The meat from the sacrificed animal is distributed among family, friends, and the needy, reflecting the values of charity and community. The festival marks the culmination of the Hajj pilgrimage and involves the ritual slaughter of animals such as sheep, goats, cows, or camels. The story of Prophet Ibrahim is greatly associated with Hajj because the origin of Hajj is as old as the Kaaba, which was built by Prophet Ibrahim and his son Ismail. Every act of Hajj reminds us of the noble family of Ibrahim, since every act of Hajj refers back to the righteous actions and struggles of either Hazrat Ibrahim, his wife Hajra, or his son Ismail. The story of Ibrahim's sacrifice is intrinsically linked to the rituals of Hajj, particularly the stoning of the pillars in Mina, which represents Ibrahim's rejection of Shaitan's temptations. This narrative underscores themes of faith, obedience, and divine intervention. The story highlights the importance of absolute obedience and submission to God's will. It underscores the necessity of having unwavering faith in God, even in the face of challenging commands. It teaches the values of sacrifice, both literal and metaphorical, and emphasizes the significance of charity and community support. The narrative illustrates that trials and tests from Allah are meant to strengthen faith, and those who remain steadfast are rewarded. In summary, the story of Prophet Ibrahim's sacrifice is a profound tale of faith, obedience, and divine mercy, deeply ingrained in Islamic tradition and practice. It serves as a cornerstone of the religious observance of Eid al-Adha and continues to inspire Muslims around the world.